forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack make it backflip. Telly Hank did with the action. With the Vato speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby Maine. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
Seabrook police believe the murder of Mary Jane Collins on October 4th is linked to a man's murder 4 years ago, and that her accused killer, who is wanted tonight, got close to her ultimately in order to retaliate.
In today's world, when meeting someone new, the question, what are your intentions, often come up. But how often do we really expect the full truth from someone we barely know? What exactly lies beneath the smiles, the stories, and the charm? And are we ever prepared to uncover the real reasons people step into our lives or the secrets they might be hiding? Sometimes the truth only surfaces too late, and by then it can change everything.
First at 3, breaking news. Multiple agencies are clearing the scene of an apartment complex in Seabrook. Police confirm they have found a woman dead there. Thanks for joining us for Eyewitness News at 3. I'm Brianna Connor. And we begin with that breaking news unfolding right now on Repsforth Road. ABC 13's Daniela Hurtado joins us live. What have you been able to find out, Daniela?
Brianna, good afternoon. I just talked to the chief of police here in Seabrook for the Seabrook Police Department, giving us very minimal information. What they can confirm, again, you just mentioned they found a woman dead inside of her apartment here behind us. They also mentioned that the suspect is nowhere to be found. They're looking for him, all hands on deck, multiple agencies trying to find this man. They won't tell us how exactly this woman died. They did confirm there were children inside of the home when officers arrived. Those children are okay and they are unharmed. We have confirmed there are at least 2 children again inside of this apartment. We don't know the relationship between the children and the woman that died, or the children and the man that they're looking for. Police, again, very limited information that they're giving us this afternoon. What we can tell you is that multiple agencies were out here this afternoon trying to navigate this SWAT situation. They believe that the man was inside or near here, but in fact, he was not. So they're still looking for this person. We have no information on the woman that was found dead. Again, we don't know how exactly she died. We do know that the police department responded to this area after they got a call about a man reportedly pointing a gun at 2 children. When they arrived, again, they found this woman dead inside her apartment, the children unharmed, and the man nowhere to be found. We're going to continue pushing for answers here, hopefully getting more of those answers as the afternoon goes on, but the medical examiner's office is expected to come at some point this afternoon to continue this investigation into how exactly this woman died. We have asked whether or not there were weapons near her body, but right now all the chief will tell us is that nowhere near, but they're still looking inside the apartment. Those are all the details we have. Brianna, for now, reporting live. Daniela Hurtado, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
In our generation, where love is just a swipe away, the world feels smaller and connections form in an instant. But this speed can hide danger, and sometimes the people you meet online may not be who they claim to be, and trust is given too quickly and can have devastating consequences. By all accounts, it seems as if a 24-year-old Texas mother by the name of Mary Jane Collins believed in second chances, and after her boyfriend, Michael King, would be arrested for murder in 2020, it seemed as if she was deemed to move forward for herself and for her children. And with King serving time for killing a man by the name of Jawan Triplett in what was described as a confrontation gone wrong, remained connected to Mary Jane through their child. Though her relationship with King had ended, she would still be forced to carry the burden of his past. And right before the summer would hit in June of 2024, Mary Jane would meet a younger 22-year-old man by the name of Dawayland Hurst, a man who seemed to offer her that fresh start that she was looking for. But what she didn't know was that Hurst was harboring a dark secret, and this new relationship would not be the escape that Mary Jane had hoped for. Instead, it was the beginning of a diabolical plot, one born from revenge and rage.
And new tonight, murder charges are filed in the death of a woman who was found in her Seabrook apartment, along with 2 children who were not harmed. We first reported on this story a week ago when SWAT officers were called in to search for a suspect. Now, police initially thought Mary Jane Collins had been shot to death. Later determined she died of blunt force trauma and a stab wound. 23-year-old Dawayland Ernest Hurst is charged with murder, but so far he is not in custody.
A shocking motive in the murder of a Seabrook mother in front of her children.
As police continue the search for the suspect, we're learning they believe he killed the victim to avenge his brother's murder.
ABC 13's Jessica Willey is here to break down the stunning revelation, all new at 10.
Seabrook police believe the murder of Mary Jane Collins on October 4th is linked to a man's murder 4 years ago, and that her accused killer, who was wanted tonight, got close to her ultimately in order to retaliate. Tonight, her family wants justice. They say she didn't deserve this. She was the mother of 2 children. What was supposed to be a fresh start at Unit 504 for Mary Jane Collins and her 2 sons ended tragically on October 4th. Accused murderer Dawayland Hurst is on the run as police lay out his alleged motive and brutality. According to court records, Hurst's brother was killed by Michael King in 2020. King had a son with Collins. When officers arrived at her apartment a week and a half ago, they found the boy and his brother peering out the window. Their mother's body lay nearby. She had been stabbed to death. Ring cameras captured Hurst leaving 30 minutes earlier. Court records state that Collins told friends about abuse and showed them injuries in the days before her murder, but that on October 4th it escalated when King somehow made a video call to Collins from prison. Hurst was present and taunted King, court records state, before slapping King's young son, which was captured on the video. All of this to lead police to conclude that Hurst was, quote, motivated to revenge the death of his brother. Thus, he befriended, abused, and then murdered the victim, who was the mother of Michael King's children. Hurst tonight, a wanted man. Collins, 2 young sons. A relative tells ABC 13, now in the care of their grandmother. Jessica Willey, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
When I first started working on this story, it was almost a cautionary tale to any females that we had that might have been tuned in, as they are often portrayed as the vulnerable ones when it comes to dating in this new age. But as the story unfolded, it became clear that this wasn't just a lesson for women. It was also a warning for men too. Our actions don't exist in isolation. What happened between 2 men's choices and 1 woman's trust can reveal just how easy love, betrayal, and revenge can intersect, leaving devastation in its wake. Now, the seeds of this deadly story begins towards the end of the summer. 4 years ago, on July 31st, 2020, at a gas station located in Texas City, where a confrontation between a guy by the name of D1 Triplet and Michael King would turn violent. That day, what started as an argument over alleged stolen firearms would escalate into a street confrontation where shots were fired, and when the smoke cleared, Diabolical triplet laid dead, with King behind bars and sentenced to 25 years. The mother of his child, Mary Jane Collins, would do her best to create a life for her and her two children. But even from prison, it seemed King would stay involved using different methods, including contraband cell phones, in order to stay in contact with Mary Jane and maintain a relationship with their child. His presence, though distant, seemed present and probably a reminder of a past that Mary Jane was probably looking to move beyond. And according to friends and relatives, in the summer of 2024, Mary Jane possibly thought she found that chance when she would meet a man by the name of Dawayland Hurst. By all accounts, at first, it seemed like everything Mary Jane might have been searching for. It was said that he was kind, supportive, and willing to take on the complexities of her life, including her children. But deep under that customer service personality, Hurst wasn't who he appeared to be. And what Mary Jane didn't know was Hurst had his own connection to the past that she was trying to escape. According to the media, as the summer would progress, Hurst's charm would begin to fade. And according to people close to her, the relationship would soon turn violent when Mary Jane would begin showing friends and families photos of bruises and other injuries. That includes an alleged bite mark to the face as evidence of Hurst's growing anger against her. And on the morning of October 4th, 2004, the nature of Hurst's intentions would come to light when the incarcerated Michael King would attempt a FaceTime call from prison, hoping to speak to Mary Jane and their child. But instead of Mary Jane on the other side of the call, it was Dawayland Hurst. Hurst would answer the call holding King's child in his arms as he would begin to taunt King through the screen. Knowing that King was powerless to intervene, Hurst would allegedly open-hand smack the child as he would run away crying, with Mary Jane's voice in the background echoing, "No, get away, baby, get away from him." The call would end abruptly, leaving King helpless, a prisoner both physically and now emotionally. Michael King would allegedly immediately contact his mother, and disturbed by that call, King's mother would immediately take to social media, urging someone to check on Mary Jane. Friends would respond, and police were dispatched to Mary Jane's apartment. But when officers would arrive, they would make a disturbing discovery. Mary Jane would be fatally attacked while her children stood nearby, physically unharmed, but forever scarred by what they had just witnessed. It would be days later as detectives investigate the crime before they would uncover the true extent of Hurst's scheme. The meeting between Mary Jane and Hurst hadn't been by chance at all, and Hurst wasn't looking for love. He would allegedly enter her life to destroy it. According to authorities, Hurst's relationship with Mary Jane was part of a deliberate plan to inflict emotional devastation on King, with the authorities believing that by harming Mary Jane, Hurst would believe he could inflict the most harm on King in the most profound way possible. And the sad part in the end is Mary Jane Collins and her children were caught in the crossfire, paying the ultimate price for a past that wasn't even theirs to begin with. Now, y'all make sure y'all hit the red bell and subscribe button right under this video so y'all know when this real trill spill shit is dropping. Y'all get in the comment box below. Y'all let me know what cities we need to go to, what stories we need to tell, what we missed, what we got wrong, all of that. Y'all make sure y'all tapping with me directly on Instagram, Twitter, POP_A_LOT. And until the next play, y'all know how we rocking. Shades Popalot. Salute the almighty MOBB.